He was standing at the hospital door, hanging between fear and hope. Inside, 15 expert doctors were trying to save the life of a billionaire, but all of them failed. The room fell silent, as if time had stopped. Then every eye turned toward a young man. He was not the son of a billionaire, nor from a wealthy family. He was just the son of a black janitor, but his mind was so sharp it could astonish the world. In that moment, he noticed something that all 15 doctors had missed. The question is, what did he see that no one else could? It was an ordinary day, just like hundreds before. Mark, a young, quiet, but extremely intelligent boy, the son of a janitor who worked inside the hospital. His family was not rich, but they believed in hard work and principles. In school, Mark was often left out. People looked down on him only because of his skin color. But what shocked everyone was his extraordinary intelligence. As he walked through the hospital corridors, he would see his father's tired smile and think that one day he would rise above all these floors his father cleaned daily. But the truth was, the world around him always reminded him that color and status build bigger walls than talent and respect. In the same hospital, a billionaire patient was brought in. The best doctors from around the world gathered to save him. Outside, the media was in chaos. Inside, every minute was precious. Mark was only a bystander, but the stillness of that day was ready to change his life. Something was about to happen. Something that would not only challenge all the rules of the hospital, but also raise the question of who truly holds intelligence, courage, and humanity. The hospital corridors were filled with chaos. Outside the billionaire patient's room, doctors were crowded together. Everyone was trying to think of a new strategy to save his life, but time was slipping away from their hands. Outside, the media was making noise, while inside, the patient's life was fading away moment by moment. Mark, just the son of a janitor, was quietly watching everything. But he noticed something that everyone else missed: the patient's breathing rate, the signals on the machine, and the misplaced arrangement of medicines in the room. Mark's sharp mind caught it immediately. He knew that if this was ignored now, everything would be over. But when he tried to get the doctor's attention, they laughed. One of them said in a mocking tone, "Here you have the best doctors in the world, and you, a janitor's son, think you know more than us?" Mark's heart broke, but he couldn't stay silent. He kept saying again and again that something was wrong, but every time his voice was pushed aside. It wasn't just about ego. It was the wall of racial prejudice and social difference stopping him at every step. A nurse in the room did pause for a moment to consider Mark's words, but another doctor immediately scolded her. "Focus on your work. This boy is only wasting our time." That moment came when Mark felt like the entire hospital was against him. But deep inside, he knew what he was seeing was real. The billionaire's life was in danger, and everything was slipping away. Inside the room, the noise kept growing. The doctors, desperate, started bringing in new equipment. But Mark's eyes stayed fixed on one single sign, the thing no one else could see. Suddenly, the patient's monitor gave a loud alarm. Panic spread in the room. The doctors rushed to make emergency decisions, but Mark knew it was useless. His heartbeat raced, his palms were sweating. And then, he made a decision. He knew if he stayed silent now, a life would be lost, and the weight of that would stay on his conscience forever. Mark took a deep breath, stepped forward, and said one sentence that changed the entire atmosphere of the room. But what he said, it drained the color from everyone's face. The room fell silent. All eyes were on the young man, the son of a black janitor, whose words no one had taken seriously just moments ago. But when the doctors followed his observation, the unthinkable happened. The billionaire's breathing returned. The machine's beeping came back to normal. Life returned. But along with it, a bitter truth was revealed. There was no peace on Mark's face. He knew this victory was not his own, but rather the uncovering of a reality that had been hidden for years. The truth that talent and intelligence are often buried under the weight of color, status, and profession. If his voice had been silenced that day, a life would have been lost. And with it, another chance at justice would have disappeared. The doctors lowered their eyes in shame, but in Mark's heart, a question kept burning. Will someone's voice be ignored again, just because they are considered less? This moment was not just the story of one hospital. It was the story of millions of lives that suffer daily from silent injustice, when the color of someone's skin becomes more important than their dreams and abilities. Mark became an example, but his pain was that he had to pay such a heavy price to prove his truth. This story reminds us that racism does not exist only on streets or in courts, but even in the places where decisions of life and death are made. The question is not how great Mark's act was. The real question is, when will we, as a society, finally accept that ability has no color? So, the next time you start to look down on someone, pause for a moment and think, what if the truth, and even salvation, lies with the very person you ignored?